Welcome back to the Done Deal Show on the Football Terrace. Hit the like button. Please make sure you are subscribing to the Football Terrace as well. Turn on the bell notifications. And of course, download our sponsors at OneFootball by scanning that QR code on your screen. It's just amazing. The content, the videos, live football, funny stuff, news, transfer updates, and much, much more. And it's free. So why not download it right now? Starting with Manchester United, news this morning from Italy that AC Milan have lost the advantage in the race to sign Joshua Zirkzee and are now exploring alternative targets. It's been reported for a few days since Manchester United's interest was made concrete that the agent of Zirkzee doesn't hold the greatest of relationships with AC Milan. AC Milan would have to pay, in addition to the £35 million transfer fee for Zirkzee, they would have to pay a £12 million fee to the agent. Now, what has been stated on many occasions by the mainstream media and the press in Italy is that Manchester United would get a discount on that rate, seemingly due to their better working relationship with that particular agent. That news is now made the Italian press claim, and they have stated that maybe not so much they haven't said United hold the advantage, but it's Man United that are pushing hard for him. And now they're saying that AC Milan have lost the advantage in the race. It felt a few days ago, in fact, that AC Milan could be winning that race. That's the latest update on that deal. It does appear, as things stand, that is a genuine transfer that Manchester United are exploring. It's an exciting player. It's an individual that certainly has question marks over him. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that he is the be-all and end-all, that he's absolutely perfect, that he's prolific, that he's dangerous, that he's amazing. He looks good technically. He has a good profile. My concern is that he doesn't score enough goals as of now. Hopefully that changes as and when he joins Manchester United. But I'd love to get your view. I'd love to get your opinions in the comments section below. According to the Evening Standard, it says that Arsenal appear to have Bruno Guimaraes back on the top of their summer transfer list. It says the Brazilian midfielder has been strongly linked with a big money move to North London over recent months, along with Newcastle teammate Alexander Isak. It's now reported that Arsenal are back on the trail of Guimaraes amid frustration of their long-term pursuit of Martin Zubimendi. The report claims that the Gunners are plotting a huge player plus cash offer for the 26-year-old who has a £100 million release clause written in to his latest 5-year Newcastle contract that he signed in October 2023. Now, I know instantly this is going to be met with, there's no way this is happening. And I partially agree. So let me break it down before people panic, before people get angry in the comment sections. Newcastle was claiming there is no way they are going to sell, but they do have a release clause. Now, that release clause means that they are happy to sell at a particular price. There is almost an agreement with the player that if we reach a bid of valuation of 100 million, we'll let you go. So this idea that he is not for sale no matter what is going on, I don't believe. That is a nonsense and it should be pushed aside. There's a release clause for a reason. It's whether or not Newcastle see the offer as being worth it. So let's just say Arsenal offer £50 million and Emil Smith Rowe. Throwing that name out there as an example. That could be looked at from Newcastle as well. It's not quite worth 100 million, but we're getting a good quality player in Smith Rowe that maybe we can reignite and get the best out of. He's seemingly fallen down the pecking order at Arsenal. Bruno Guimaraes gets what he really wants, which is a move away, which is why there's a £100 million buyout clause. Doesn't mean Guimaraes is unhappy at Newcastle, but it certainly means he doesn't want to be priced out of a move at any cost. So there is the possibility that this could move forward. Remember, Copa America, the Euros are on. The transfer window has slowed down because of it. Doesn't mean the clubs are not going to do their diligence. Doesn't mean the clubs are not negotiating, but it is hard to finalize some of these deals. Just getting medicals done, just actually getting the transactions complete at this particular juncture is very, very difficult. But I want to get the opinion of Arsenal fans and the opinion of Newcastle fans, and of course you rivals in the Football Terrace community. City, we know, are linked to him as well, 110%. Can you guys see a Bruno Guimaraes move this summer, or do you believe he'll be a Newcastle player next year? Let us know below. Now, I want to move on to Chelsea and I want to move on to Olise. And it's really important to break this. The Olise conversation is highly complex. Man United are looking at him, not willing to pay the buyout clause in cash. They're looking at alternative options. Could be player swaps, could be installments. Who quite knows? Chelsea seemingly leading the race according to a lot of the mainstream media. They are willing to pay the buyout clause. They've asked permission to speak to the player. It was reported yesterday that Liverpool have now entered the race to try and sign Olise, along with Newcastle and along with Bayern Munich. So there's multiple clubs involved. It means maybe a bidding war will start. Maybe Crystal Palace will get above the £60 million release clause. I wouldn't be surprised if they have it written in the contract. I certainly would. If I had a release clause for a player, I'd definitely try and get it written into a contract that if anybody bids above the release clause, though, we get to pick which one we accept. That would make a lot of sense for a seller, for the vendor in that particular situation. But to add a complexity to this situation, it was reported by Fabrizio Romano last night that Crystal Palace have now offered Michael Olise a new deal with an increased salary and a new release clause for 2025. He understands, despite this, Chelsea is still confident that as they push to agree personal terms, it's up to the player. So what's very interesting is Crystal Palace are clearly slightly worried that Eze could leave. They've got other players, that the Gahey's of this world. They've got lots of individuals that are attracting attention from big Premier League and European clubs. It's almost like they're saying to Olise, look, we will definitely let you go in 2025. I think the release clause will be lower. Slightly lower, maybe £50 million. We'll give you a pay increase, but we really want to keep you because if Eze and if listen, if they lose Eze, okay, if they lose Olise, if they lose Gahey, all in the same summer, it's going to be very hard to replace them. It's going to be very hard to bring in that quality that are ready to go instantly. So I understand why Crystal Palace are doing this. But as reported by Fabrizio, all clubs hope to have an answer from Olise maybe in the next week. And look, I do think it's something that the clubs should now be putting their foot down on, as if to say, listen, Michael, we all want you, but you need to make a decision about what's going to happen. Everyone's offered you deals, everyone's offered you contracts, either directly or indirectly. Your Crystal Palace are now offering you the chance to stay. Surely you just got to make your mind up so that we can get the ball rolling. And I also feel that once a deal with this level goes through, I think what we will see is hopefully a little bit of a domino effect across the rest of football. So look, give us your thoughts and feelings on that. Chelsea fans, Man United fans, Liverpool fans are now seemingly involved in the Michael Olise deal. A new contract offered by Palace. Chelsea still the favourites according to most of the mainstream media. Give us your thoughts and give us your feelings in the comments section below. Now, staying with Chelsea, Vince here claims that Chelsea have made not one, but 3 offers for Samu Omorodion, even approaching 50 million, including bonuses. But the response from Ati is that Samu is staying. So Chelsea now, according to this report, have made 3 offers, one approaching £50 million for Omorodion. This is while still negotiating heavily for Duran. This is still while fighting for Olise, although I do think Olise is a very different profile. I think they're trying to sign a striker and Olise. What we saying, Chelsea fans? I mean, what research have you done in the last 24 to 48 hours in relation to this player? £50 million is a lot of money for an unknown quantity. Yes, I think I've read that he did well last season in La Liga. Ati is stating he is not for sale at any price. Does that tell you? Are you reading that as, well, there's a baller in there, there's a player in there, we should be going for him? Or do you see it the opposite way around? I'd love to get your thoughts and I'd love to get your feelings on that. But approaching £50 million offer has been made. That's inclusive of bonuses for the Atletico Madrid striker. Leave us your comments below. Make sure you are subscribing to the Football Terrace. Download OneFootball now as well. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Peace.